Here we are now finally in Austria and landed in absolutely fine. I've recovered, and after that deals hunt as well, that bust in Italy, which things went okay, but now this time around we have a home field advantage, and that is Ron. He has a car, he also speaks Austrian and fluent English. He's also got a channel called Tech Therapy, so he's really good at building custom PCs. And today we're gonna go deals hunting through a couple of sites. So if you're in Austria, there are two main ways to get PC parts, and that is through Willhaben, which is kind of like Gumtree and Craigslist if you're overseas. But also there's that website and that app that we used before, Spock, which was good in Italy. It's sort of like a smartphone, quick snap and get those deals. So we're gonna be browsing both of those. But the good news is as well, we've already picked up a couple of deals. So let's get your used PC parts hunting capes on and go for the hunt. Welcome back to Tech City, and before we start this deals hunt, there is already some deals that I've lined up on the app Spock. One of those being 32 gigabytes of DDR3 Vengeance memory. Got this for €95 shipped, and we've also lined up 16 gigabytes of DDR3 Vengeance. This is some really decent stuff in terms of XMP profiles. This is €55. We can go and pick this up later today. And then there's also a PC, a whole PC with a 1050 Ti, i5-7400, 8 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, 1 terabyte hard drive, a Zeus motherboard, everything. Got this for €250 shipped. So some of these deals, the shipping might come in after I leave, but that's not a problem because Ron said he can make me a little stash pack and then send that over to Australia, so it's not a big problem. I guess the whole meaning of today is to show that yes, with the home field advantage, we're gonna get those deals. So here we are now, we're going on to Willhaben, and we've pulled up a heap of different graphics cards. Scrolling through here, there's anything from GTX 660s to GTX 770s to 680s to 970 defect, which if we drop in a real low offer, perhaps a reball could definitely do the trick there. There's also a 1050 here going really cheap. We might even come under that with maybe like an offer of 60. At that price, it would be well worth it. 780 Ti as well. Hopefully we can go lower than these offers. Main ones here that I'm looking forward to calling up though is the 980s, and they're both going for pretty decent prices as they are, but especially this one here with the custom Arctic cooling solution. If we get this down to 160, it would make it really worthwhile. Then there's some 1070s which we're mined on. They're going for, I believe, €310. If we came in maybe 250 and they took that, that'd be a decent price yet again. But there we got i7 3930K as well, €75. Even at the asking price, it's a decent deal. We're gonna come in maybe with like €55, see if we can score that. But then there's this one here, an honorable mention, because this is actually quite a rare board nowadays. X79 Micro ATX Rampage 4 Gene. This is a really good board, plus 16 gigabytes of DDR3. If you're in Austria, you put in an offer of 250, you just may get this. As I wouldn't go for it, as I bought two X79 boards recently. They were the big brother of this, and I got them for really good deals, but we'll talk about that in a separate video. And then last up here, we've got a PC, and it's 135 asking price. We're gonna come in really low here, 75, because I don't think anyone's put any offers on this. And it's got what I want, 1 terabyte hard drive, i3, decent motherboard, and some RAM to boot. So at €70, it would be a decent deal. So basically now we've hit the road and we've got a few deals lined up. Of course, some of the deals we have to meet the people after 7 p.m. Now in Austria, the sun, especially in summer, sets really late. So I think it's like 8:39. So feels like it's like 3 in the afternoon, yet it's already almost 6 p.m. But first deal we got lined up here is the i7 3930K. We ended up scoring this for €60. We're gonna go pick that up right now. It's about 20 minutes down the road, so we're just on the highway now, and what a deal. I think that's like 100 Australian dollars, US dollars, even less. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep picking up these deals, and then once we get all the deals, I'll tally up the prices for you guys to see how we went. Alright, so we got the first deal here. We're just driving out of, what's this town called?
Schöffling.
Schöffling. Okay, so we're just getting out of Schöffling. We picked up the 3930K, got this for €60. It's time to go get ourselves a GTX 980 now. So just got done picking up this here, the GTX 980. We got this for €170. I think that's around 270 Aussie dollars. This is the Strix edition as well, so pretty much one of the best when it comes to the GTX 9 series cards. Last time I think I picked up a GTX 980GB for $250, but for me personally, I'd rather pay an extra $20 for a Strix edition card. But with that said, let's go pick up the next deal. So now we just got the last deal for today from AUSTRIA, and this is a GTX 1060. I actually found this on Spock. It was going for €150, put in an offer of 130. He came back at 140, and we just sort of said, look, we're on the road. We can come and pick this thing up now. And he agreed for 130. So that is pretty much, because it's getting late now. It's like almost 9 o'clock, even though there's still sort of sunlight out, which is crazy. We're going to actually postpone the next deal, which is a GTX 680, which we're going to pick up for €45. We're going to postpone that till tomorrow because that's on the other side. Like, it's over a 40-minute drive away, and Ron has to go there in the morning anyway. So we're going to pick that deal up in the morning, and that pretty much is where we're going to come back from tonight. We're going to head back home and then take a quick look at what we've got. So now we're back at Ron's place, and this is the GTX 980, and that is one deal in the bag, the Strix. We've got the KFA2, which is what Galax is called, I believe, in the EU, and that is a GTX 1060, 3GB, and then we've got the 3930K. So that concludes today's pickups. We've also got some of those deals being posted. I don't know if they'll make it in time whilst I'm still in Austria, as I actually have to leave tomorrow night, but tomorrow morning we're definitely going to be getting on that grind again, hustling them deals, seeing what we can pick up and seeing what will finally go into the suitcase before I head on over to Japan. But how do we say that in Austrian? I don't want to hear it in the comments.
Ich will es nicht in den Kommentaren hören.
Ich bin nicht in Kommentaren. So now we just got this deal right here. This is the GTX 680. Picked this up for €45. And the good thing is it comes with a water block as well and the stock cooler. So really neat deal, considering a GTX 680 in Australia usually goes for around 100 Australian dollars, and you still don't get a water block with that as well. So really nice pickup. Let's get back on the road and see what else we can get. And to quickly recap the deals that we've actually confirmed now, we've got 32GB of DDR3 memory, Corsair Vengeance, scored that. We've got a GTX 980, GTX 1060, a whole PC with a GTX 1050 Ti and an i5 7400, a 3930K, and also a GTX 680. These are all the deals. We picked these up for €740 in total, which is about $866 on the current exchange rate, or if you're in Australia, 1,165. So Austria has definitely been good to me, and this was only over a couple of days. So I did this yesterday and today, so 1.5 days. The 2 days before this, I was recovering, resting up and doing a bit of sightseeing because I actually got a cold when I was over in Italy. But here we are, guys. Deal hunting. You can do it in Europe, but one thing, of course, is you've got to speak the local lingo. the local language. One thing I will say about Austria, however, is that I find on average a lot more people here speak English than they did in Italy. People looked at me strange when I just tried to speak some English in Italy, but in Austria they actually spoke back to me, especially a lot of the younger generation. So that was interesting. Of course, if you're going to Europe and the official language of the country is not English, then I sort of wouldn't bank on hoping that people spoke English. But I think in Austria you could get by if you didn't speak English. I think it's definitely possible. But anyway, right now I'm going to change the water block over to the stock cooler so I can fit that in the suitcase, lighten up the burden a little bit, and then we are going to head off to Vienna. So before I go, I'm actually going to give the water block to Ron, since he does a lot of hardline custom water loops. And also on that note, this does have a lot of, like, someone's been putting this maybe on carpet, or cat fur might have got on it or something. And so there is a little bit of gunk on this, and you don't want that touching the PCB because it can cause problems. So an easy solution for this is to just simply flip the pads over to the clean side. So that'll be touching the PCB. And you won't have to worry about changing pads in this case, because I could use these pads here, but they're thinner than these, and that can cause problems as well. So we just picked up the i5 8400, got that for 120 euro. Now, something crazy's happened. I've got about 2 hours and 20 minutes before I can get to the airport. But another deal's come up, 50 euro for a GTX 1050. So we're gonna quickly hustle that, put that in the suitcase as well, and then jump on a plane. So now here we are, I'm right before the gate. I've got 15 minutes till boarding time. The 1050, that was a bust. The guy, he sold it to someone else.
Yeah, certainly.
But the DDR3, 16 gigabytes, they got back to you, right?
Yeah, they got back to
me. So anyway, he's gonna get that tomorrow.
Yep.
Austria's been absolutely amazing.
Was a blast.
And Ron right here, he is the Austrian gun when it comes to getting those deals. Absolutely phenomenal, and just always on the hunt, always on the grind. Austria proved that you can get deals.
Very true.
You just gotta be on your hustle, be on your grind. And here I am now, I'm gonna be heading to Japan, doing the exact same thing because I do speak the lingo, I know where to go. And big thanks to Ron as well for hosting us. Absolutely awesome. Love you guys in the community. Love what Ron's doing. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to drop a comment in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in another tech video very soon.
Cheers for now. Bye.
Oh wait, it's peace out for now.
Oh, peace for now. Wait, one more.
Yeah.
Take one. Peace out for now. Bye.
So Ron's also taught me how to say some of the company names in Austrian. Asus is Asus, EVGA is EVGA, and then MSI is MSI, and then Gigabyte's Gigabyte, and then I think ASRock is Arshadok. So here we are finally in Austria, and we've finally... this freaked me out. The Z key is located over here, and the Y key is changed over here. I think this is unique to Austria, Germany, and Switzerland.